Okay, we are now recording. It's going to be on YouTube for everybody to laugh at y'all.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
just kidding.
So the ass chewing you gave me isn't recorded? I love it.
Thank goodness.
Oh no, I can come back to you, Carmen. All right, so here's the situation, Denise. You're the
Okay.
agent.
Okay.
Rosita's the client. Your goal is to find out what she has, how much
Okay.
insurance she has. You've got 4 minutes for this call. At the end of 4 minutes, you're going to hear Debbie, our timer, our
Hang
beautiful
up on it.
timekeeper,
Okay.
tell us that your time is up. And Rosita is
gonna
going to
hang up.
hang up on you because that's how phone calls go, because you're talking too damn much.
I haven't said anything.
Here's my phone. Hello.
Okay,
Ring, ring.
on the count of three, timekeeper, are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Rosita.
Yes, this is her.
Hey, Rosita, this is Denise with Insurance Price Right. I specialize in insurance for minority real estate agents. I was calling to see how much time, are you busy right now?
No.
Great. I was calling because I wanted to see how much insurance you have.
Life
Straight off the
insurance?
bat. Yes, life insurance.
Okay. I have 10K. I know that for a fact.
10,000K. Great. Well, the reason I'm calling is to make sure that the insurance that you have is at the best price possible. How long have you had that insurance?
5 years.
About 5 years. And is that term, or what kind of insurance is that?
It's whole life, final expense.
Final expense insurance. Okay. And are you sure that's meeting all your needs right now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, how old are you? Well, I already have that information. I see your birth date is XYZ, October 25th, 1979.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, and I have your email address as Rosita Morales at gmail.com.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great. So Rosita, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you out a few quotes here, a list of quotes. Just make sure that you're getting the best price for the insurance that you're paying. And then I'll follow up with you just to confirm you have 10,000 and this is a final expense policy, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to send you out a list of different options to see if, again, that's the best policy for you. And I'll get back in touch with you and we'll go from there. You can always reach out to me at the number that will be listed on the email or the phone number as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's been great talking to you. Thanks, Rosita. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Debbie, how long was that?
She had 1 minute and 13 seconds left.
Pretty good.
Okay. Denise, how do you feel like you did on that phone call?
I think I sucked because I have nothing in front of me from what I was going off of. I was just off the top of my head.
Oh, so you wanted to read to her.
No, I didn't want to read to her, but I didn't have the right information. I know I should have been asking her other qualifying questions.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean you didn't have the right information? You had a phone, you had your mouth, you're able to ask questions. What other information do you need?
I wanted to make sure that I'm asking I just kind of said, oh, I've got all your information, when realistically, I didn't have any of her information to be sending her quote. So I didn't have my screen up in front of me.
Your screen.
My quoter to
Script.
no, not script, my quoter.
Quoter.
Yeah, I didn't have my quoter up to get, to ask her the other valid questions to be able to honestly give her a good bunch of
So
comparisons.
you can't write this information down on a legal pad or nothing like that?
Yeah, I could, but like I said, I was just going off I didn't think I did the greatest job. I didn't think I did the worst job, but I could have done better for sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you score yourself?
Maybe a 5.
Rosita, how did you feel about that call?
She did not ask me my height, weight, my health. Am I taking any pills or anything of that nature that could help her get me a good quote?
Yeah, I left a lot out.
If you were the recipient on that phone call, what would you think about how she danced around with questions, repeated herself, made many statements? What's your comments on that?
Is that question directed to me?
Yes, to you, Rosita.
I didn't feel secure.
Why not?
I felt because she was just going around and just didn't really ask me anything specific, especially that I've gotten insurance from another agent before. I would probably compare it as a client if I was a client.
Okay, Debbie, what did you think about that call?
I think it was good. I mean, she got a lot of the information out, but till you get so practiced at what you're saying that you're comfortable and it just comes naturally. A script doesn't mean you need to read it, but it at least helps you with the topical things, the high points of what you got to get out during that limited amount of call. And I use a legal pad too. When I take quote information, I've done it so many times. I know what to ask for. That way I don't have to call them back 100 times needing additional information.
Yeah,
But,
so like if I had a bullet point, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Debbie, just
No,
had
that's
a
a good
bullet point.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Then you're not leaning towards reading it like a script, but yet you get your major points out. Yeah, I think that would be real helpful so it comes natural.
Joe, how did you feel about that call?
Well, to be fair to her, I don't think was really ready, simply because of some of the things that Debbie said. And so the confidence level then of the recipient's going to be not where we want it to be. But with the bullet points in front of you and more practice, you've had a little bit of practice, Robert, in this year or two. And so it's all upstairs for you. Whereas if you haven't been doing a lot of this particular call, you need a little bit more practice in it, as do I.
So what do you think would be a good way to practice?
Practice.
Calls.
Do what?
Yourself.
Joe, say that again.
Make calls.
So if you have, say,
Sorry, I'm babysitting today. Hold on a second.
okay, so if you have, say, 5,000 names and you butcher through the first 100 because you're practicing and you've got 4,900 people left, do you really care about the 100 that you just butchered?
Nope.
Exactly. You don't.
My district manager taught me first thing in the business. He said, if you get rejected, keep in mind this one word, next.
Yes, absolutely next.
Loud.
And the way I look at it, it's just a process of elimination for me. If I have 5,000 people and 100 people tell me no, that's awesome because that's now 100 people that I don't have to deal with anymore.
Right.
Robert, I think the biggest challenge is not knowledge. It's just controlling your nerves. And because when I made my first few sale calls in the business, I literally had to force my mouth to keep from chattering out of sheer nerves.
And that's why we have a timer.
Yeah.
When I was a sales manager with a company called Life of Georgia, I was 26 years old. I was the youngest manager for that company. In fact, that company has never had somebody that young as a manager, 26. And this was in Lafayette, Louisiana. And my guys were nervous, man. Oh my God, they were nervous. We did our phone calls from 5:30 to 7:30 on Monday and Wednesday nights. They were so nervous. I said, look, y'all are used to drinking. Bring beer, bring wine. We're going to have a drunk phone call fest. and you would not believe how better their calls were.
So what about the people that don't drink?
Well, but here's the point.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of their nerves. They were so nervous because they were worried about how they came across over the phone. This was 1987 on a rotary dial phone. That's what we used. For those of you who don't know what a rotary dial phone is, look it up. They're the dumbest things the phone company has ever come out with because they take forever to dial a number. Joe, you got one? Oh, I thought you were going to reach for a rotary dial phone.
I had one. It's probably up there in the closet somewhere.
So what I'm saying is your nerves, you've got to overcome the nerves problem.
Yeah, and that's that's very true because going back to a long time ago, the thing that my mother used to make us do is get on the phone and set appointments. Make those phone calls to call the doctors or find out information so that we would get used to talking on the phone. And of course, we stumbled at first, but the more we did it, the
I think that's a great idea. I wish I would have taught my kids how to do that.
easier to do it. It was torture, or it felt like torture, but after you did it, you were okay. And then I did my kids the same way.
Okay.
So they learned to talk.
So Barry, thinking about Denise's call, since you were the victim for my call, what advice would you give Denise for her phone call?
Really not a person to be giving any advice, just being in the business as short as I have. I would say, for the unexpectancy, I thought Denise did really good. She didn't use up the full 4 minutes. So, and I think maybe she's coming from the final expense field, if I remember correctly. And me in the final expense, we have a script we're supposed to use. And I'm not kidding. I think that script, you're supposed to stay on there for about an hour.
Whoa.
And see, I didn't do final expense. I did a little final expense, but I did some Medicare Advantage, but I did mostly benefit enrollments.
Okay.
And it really wasn't a script. It for me, it really is just knowing my talking points, like Debbie was saying, having that outline or what have you. And then like Joe was saying, just getting in there and really getting those calls in.
Okay, let me ask y'all this question. Do you want to get out 30 quotes a day?
Yes.
Yes.
You're going to have to shorten your calls. Talk less, quote more. Because do the math. Does everybody have a calculator in front of you or of your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, break out your phone or a calculator. 30 quotes a day is going to generate at a 50% closing rate what a monkey should be able to do. 50% closing rate.
Ooh.
Debbie, what is your closing rate on PNC of all the quotes you sent out?
Probably about 90%.
90%. You're going to love this math then. But let's just say it's 50% because you suck on follow-ups, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your average monthly premium?
On PNC?
No, life.
Or life? 75.
Okay, write that down, 75. Steve?
Yeah.
Steve, average monthly premium?
50 to 75.
Okay. Rosita?
50.
Okay, now take that monthly that you just said, multiply that times 12, and tell me what you get.
29.2 for me.
How much?
29.2.
Try to figure this out.
Oh my God. Monthly times 12 equals
Monthly times.
Oh, this is tough. This is tough, math.
I have to figure out how to work this.
Oh, boy. Okay, we'll have another a Zoom meeting on how to use a phone. Barry,
Oh, 75 times 12.
okay, multiply that number that you just got times 90%, which is 90% commission.
Yep.
What's your number?
81,000.
810.
$810. Debbie?
81,000.
81,000?
Maybe I hit 50 digits.
Oh my God.
I like her numbers. I love her numbers.
I'm lost on this.
You got some big ass monthly premiums. is what
You said 50% of
90%.
no. You said 50% of 30 calls a day, right?
That's 15 sales per day.
Okay, 15.
Take
Yeah, 15
your
sales.
average monthly premium times 12 times 90%. What do you get?
$540.
540. Steve, what'd you get? Steve didn't do it. He's over there
I
sleeping.
did. I got 810.
$810. Now, take your 90% number, multiply that times 15. Tell me what you got.
Well,
8,600, 8,640.
$8,640.
Yes.
Multiply that, Carmen, times 20. 20 working days in the month.
That's not enough. It's only $172,800.
That's exactly what I thought.
Not enough. I have to be at 180.
Debbie, what was your number?
That's not a month, is it?
That's a month.
Yes, that's a month.
12,000 and something.
30 quotes equals 15 sales. If you're a monkey with a 50% closing rate. 15 sales a day, a 7-minute app, do the math on that one. 7 minutes per app times 15 is about an hour and a half. It's going to take you about an hour and a half total to do 15 apps a day. Now, where are we going to get an hour and a half to do 15 apps? Here's where you're going to get it. 9 to 10 in the morning on your follow-ups, 4 to 5 in the afternoon. You got 2 hours. You got 30 minutes to go to the bathroom. You can sit in there with your phone, just read for 30 minutes and watch videos. 30 quotes, 15 sales a day, times 20 working days a month. That's your number per month. Multiply that times 10 months. Because you're going to take off November and December. Basically, whether y'all realize it or not, you're taking off 2 months a year. If you subtract your holidays, your vacation days, your sick days, bye Debbie, we'll see you later. If you take your sick days, all of that stuff, you're really working 10 months a year. So you take that number that you got per month, multiply that times 10, that's what your yearly income should be. But so many of you are worried about making phone calls that you're not really breaking this down to what do I need to do today? It's simple. Do calls, do a fact finder, get in and off that phone, get the information, hang up. A minute and a half. She timed me, and it was my call with Barry was a minute and a half. I got everything I needed in a minute and a half without being rude, taking over the conversation, asking questions. He gave me a rebuttal. I answered it with exactly, that's why I called. And that's what your numbers should be. If it's any numbers that are way less than that, it's because of one reason. You're not calling people. That's it. It's really that simple. You're not making the calls. Or like Carmen, who got on the phone and talked the entire 4 minutes and talked so much that he didn't get the email address. If you're going to get 30 quotes a day, you got to be in and out of there. In on the phone, out of there. Any questions?
Yeah, that back end stuff, the signature, when you send that quote out, what's going with that quote? Is the website information?
You can do it two ways. You can do it through Levinson and just email the quote out on a PDF, or you can do it through Back9 and do the quote with a link to the deal so that they can look at it themselves. What I've found out is that a lot of people are lazy when it comes to looking at a link. It's probably best to just send them the quotes by PDF. When you call, go over the quotes with them on the follow-up. The follow-up shouldn't take long. So here's what we're going to do. Who's got a phone handy? Phone? Anybody? A phone? A telephone? Who's got a timer on your phone? You've got a timer.
I do.
Carmen doesn't know how to do it. He's shaking his head no. Carmen's still using a flip phone.
I got my timer.
Okay. On 3, I'm going to do the follow-up with Barry because I sent him a quote. Barry, do not be a pushover.
I'll try and be mean.
Oh my God. So
how much? 4 minutes, you said?
no, just tell me how long this is going to take. There is no
Okay.
time limit. Just tell me how long it's going to take me before I end this call.
Okay.
When I get Social Security information, I'm done. That's when we're going to stop
Okay.
because I'm not going to go through the whole app. If I get that far, Barry might just blow me off and make me look like a slime ball.
Hang up on you.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Barry, Robert Russell.
Oh, you again.
Yep. Hey, did you get those quotes I sent you yesterday?
They did come through my email. Yes,
They did or did not?
they did.
Okay, good. Did you get a chance to look at them?
I got a chance to browse over them. I didn't get a chance to go into depth on them, but I did browse them.
How did you feel about the quotes that I sent you?
Some were higher than what I'm paying right now. Some were right about the same, and there's a couple that was lower.
Out of all the ones that you saw, which one did you like the best?
Well, of course, the cheaper ones look better to me, but I haven't had a chance to research those companies to make sure they're as good as the companies that I'm using right now.
Okay.
Not just a low price, but quality of their ratings and everything.
All of those companies that I sent you are either A or A+ rated companies.
I have an A+ right now.
Right, but mine, the ones that I sent you were cheaper than what you're paying. So my question is, do you want to get the same coverage for less money, or do you want to just leave yours alone?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have enough coverage, so probably the least amount of money would be better.
Okay.
If everything's comparative with ratings. Mm-hmm.
So thinking about the quotes that I sent you, of the ones that were cheaper, which ones were your top 3?
Let's see here. Prime was one. Alliance was the second, and then Providian was the third.
Okay. What I would recommend, do you want to make the process take a long time through underwriting, or do you want to make it go pretty quick?
As long as it would keep those lower prices, then not going through underwriting would be perfect.
Okay. Now you mentioned Protective Life is one of those companies, didn't you?
Correct.
Okay. Protective Life is probably one of the best in underwriting as far as process goes. I would recommend going with that one. They're cheaper than what you're paying. You're going to get coverage longer than what you've got. And you're also going to save money.
Okay.
So guess how long it takes to do this application?
Hopefully not too long because I've got to go in about 5 minutes.
Perfect. It takes about 7 minutes. Do you have 7 minutes right now?
No, I've got to leave in about 5 minutes.
Okay, if I can do it in 5, do you got 5 minutes with me?
Yeah. Let's
Okay, so what's your social security number?
666.
Okay, done. Denise, how long did that take?
2 minutes and 54 seconds.
Say that one more time.
2 minutes, 54 seconds, 37, 2 minutes, 54 seconds.
The phone call took an hour and a half. I mean, a minute and a half. The follow-up did 2 minutes.
Right at 3 minutes.
Right
under 3 minutes.
to do the phone call. Now, when it really comes down to it, he said 5 minutes. Do you think he's got 5 minutes or do you think he was 7?
He had 10.
But he said 5.
Yeah.
So we're going
Right.
to go with 5. Because I guarantee you, when we get down to the end, he's not going to say, oops, 5 minutes is up. We're out of time.
Mhm.
Right, because he's
If
going
he's
to have to
going to
do
go
it
through
all
the
over.
process of giving me his driver's license number, social security number, beneficiaries, he's going to stretch it out 2 minutes because we spent 2 minutes on the phone wasting time.
Mhm.
Now, that follow-up, did that seem difficult to y'all?
No.
Yeah.
Joe?
No, you didn't do all the apps, so, but you're
Right.
counting that in the next 5 or 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay, but the process
Questions.
of getting him
Questions were good.
to agree to do it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
did you hear my closing question?
Yeah.
Do
What
you
was
have
my closing question?
Yeah.
5
5
minutes?
minutes.
No, that was
How long
not-
do you have?
Oh, yeah, that was it.
How
Do
long
you
do you
have 7 minutes on the phone right now? Do you have 7
Right.
minutes?
I'm phone right now.
I didn't ask him if he wanted to do it. I said, do you have 7 minutes right now?
Hey, Robert, I have a question.
Okay.
So, understanding for training, I kind of went along with all of that, but in reality, of course, there's going to be people to say, hey, number one, no, I did not get a chance to see it. Yes, I got it, but I haven't had a chance to read it.
Right.
What would your response be to
If
that?
they didn't have a chance to look at it, okay, take a look at them. I'm going to resend them to you today. Take a look at them, and when you're done, call me and we'll go over it.
So you're putting it on them to call you.
I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to follow up.
Mhm.
Yeah, then you're gonna call them, yeah.
You dang straight, I'm going to call them, and I'm not going to tell them when I'm going to follow up. Why am I not going to tell them?
Because they'll be looking for you to call and not answer the phone.
Right.
Exactly.
Because if I tell them I'm going to call you back on Friday morning between 9 and 11, that is a bold-faced lie because I'm playing tennis from 9 to 11 Friday morning. I ain't calling nobody. I'm on the tennis court.
And also, if you
Barry,
did
when
tell
you're
them
done
that,
looking at them, call me and we'll go over them.
What
Right.
about that social security question?
Okay, go.
You
So-
asking me, if you asking me for my social, we just met, more than likely, I'm not gonna give it to you that easy.
And here's what I would say. Not a big deal. When the insurance company calls you to get the health information, you can give them the social security number. I don't need it right now. It's not that big of a deal.
Good job. Okay.
Who do you want your beneficiary to be, Lawrence?
My wife,
What's her name?
Marcella.
Awesome. Next question. I'm going to go through the next question. I'm not going to let social security number be a problem, but that's going to be the first question I'm going to ask is, what is your social security number?
Okay.
If he gives it to me, it's a slam dunk from there. He'll give me anything after that. He'll give me the day he was conceived if he gives me social security number. If he's like Lawrence, who doesn't want to give me the social security number, I'm okay with that too. No big deal. And I'll even say, oh, by the way, I'm not going to collect any money up front either. Are you okay with that? we're not going to collect money until after you're approved so we can make sure that you get the rate that I quoted you. Lawrence, are you okay with not giving me money today?
That's even better.
Hell yeah, it's better.
Question, will the application allow you to move forward without the app? I mean, without the social?
Yes.
Okay.
I never take money up front. Unless my $3 million guy that we did the Zoom meeting, he was going on a cruise next week. I said, when do you want this coverage to start? He said, I'm going on a cruise. I need it to start quick. I said, okay, then I need to get your banking information. It'll start as soon as we hang up this phone call. And he pulled it out and gave it to me. And I got the first month's premium. So
that doesn't seem to be a problem when they understand that it's going to go into effect immediately and it's going to benefit them, especially when it's something like that, because anything can happen.
But I never get information of their banking information when I'm doing that app. Never.
Right.
No.
Always COD. Always.
COD?
Yes.
Can you explain that a little bit more? I mean,
It's new to me. I'm like,
what if something happens between the time the app is written and the policy is actually issued, they die, there's no coverage.
You're damn straight.
So we haven't protected the family in that particular case. We just watched a couple of days ago a YouTube on truck accidents. There was 50, not 50, but 20 truck accidents. And once one of those things happened, but man, they spread out all over the road. Somebody's probably killed in many of those accidents.
You know, remember too, that when you're talking to people on the phone, they've never met you.
Yeah.
The only thing that you have credibility wise is you've got an email signature that's going to have the website that you're telling them you're calling on behalf of.
Right.
Hopefully they've gone to the website, they clicked on the state, they found your information, and that's your credibility. Number one, that's your credibility because you did what you said you're going to do. You're going to send out a quote just like you told them. Now, if you tell people that you're going to send a quote out and you wait till tomorrow to send the quote out, you can kiss that prospect goodbye. It needs to be that day, the same day you talk to them. So they're going to look at the quote. Remember, and when you got the information, you didn't try to sell them on the phone. They're shocked about that one too, because you didn't tell them you were going to follow back up. You told them, you take a look at the quotes. If you have any questions, call me. Click.
Yeah.
Hang up. They're going, then as soon as you hang up, here's what they're doing. He didn't try to sell me.
mm-hmm.
That's weird. And then you get an email, and then you get a video of me talking, a short video that says, hey, thanks for talking to me today about your insurance. If you have any questions, give me a call. Now they get to see what I look like. In a hat, in a t-shirt,
Mm-hmm.
just like what I would normally wear. You've established the credibility. The phone call, you did what you said you're going to do. The video on your cell phone, the email with a signature, going to the website where you capture that state for that website, and they can validate you because they're also looking to see who's the broker for another state. Oh, there's only one person for them. Well, Rosita, she's the broker for California. She must be hot shit in California.
Mm-hmm.
And they forget about you. It takes that quick. They forget about you until the next day when you do the follow-up.
Question, right? And I have to go have a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
On multiple states, because I have states, I have 25 states. Like, is there a website that you can use where you don't have to just have the one website in the one state? You can have a website for multiple states?
Go watch video number 2. The answer to that question is in video 2,
Number 2.
selling life insurance over the phone.
Because I bought a number of states, but I think they were like Maryland, like Pacific states. I need a website.
Watch video 2. You
States.
need to
Video
understand
too.
the
Okay.
process again. Go back and watch that again, because if you're asking that question, you don't clearly understand the process. Any other questions?
That's what it said.
Say that
True.
again. I'm sorry, my
That the coverage amount, we can cover up to 40 million.
say that one more time. My computer froze. I didn't hear you.
$40 million, like a policy for 40 million.
I have no idea.
Okay.
He's asking about the maximum amount of coverage that
Believe.
I haven't seen that.
Can
That
y'all
was on the webinar. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it was. It was back 9. I was on one of their webinars not too long ago, and it said because I'm going after these businesses, and it said the key man policy could be up to 40 million, I think.
Dude,
I think that has to,
when you go write a $40 million app, let me know.
I think that had a lot to do with, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was saying that that's dealing with like the whole life policies and everything else. He wasn't just talking about the basic life insurance. He was expressing that there's other policies that we can write.
Okay, we are now out of time. I've got a radio interview at 3 o'clock with the world famous Steve Knight today. Steve, be sure and wear clothes. Don't go nude.
I'm not worried about that.
Nobody wants to see that Chippendale body nude.
All right.
Hey, Robert, just one quick question.
Yes.
On the Levinson, where you said send them a
Who's
PDF,
Livingston?
is that easily done? Is that
Yeah,
self-explanatory?
when you run the quote, you're going to select all and you're going to print it to a PDF.
Got it.
And then when you print it to a PDF, so if the insurer's name is Joe Vautour, you're going to name it Joe Vautour. And let's say he wants a quote for 250 and 500. You're going to have 2 PDFs, Joe Vautour 250, Joe Vautour 500. And then when you call him to do the follow-up, you're going to have the PDF in front of you because he's going to ask you questions, because he probably hadn't pulled it out because he didn't know when you're going to call him. And you can look at those PDFs and give him information based on the quotes that you already sent him. Also, if he says, I didn't get a chance to look at those quotes, you've already got them, just resend it to him.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're going to send out this video, right?
YouTube.
Of what I did record, yes.
Okay.
Carmen
Perfect.
got off. He won't be able to see himself get verbally abused by me, but it won't be
Thank
the
God.
last time either.
Carmen.
Thank God. That was awful.
Okay. That is it for today.
All righty. Thank you.
Y'all have a great
Bye, everyone.
day. Mary Johnson, glad you came. Happy day. And we will talk to y'all.
Sorry I was late.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Miss Johnson.